I made a decision a long time ago also not to sleep with fans of my band.
Okay.
And I think that's because of something that happened that to me raised questions about how consent is impacted by authority.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at we were doing a show, and it was a really fun show. It was in Salt Lake City.
Do you want to share the name of your band?
I guess you could find out from anywhere, but my band's called...
You gave your full name.
I know. Well, my band's called Go Fight, but this is my old band, which is a band called Die Warsaw.
Okay.
But we were in town, and it was in Salt Lake City, and we were playing a show, and this whole thing makes me feel terrible, so I'm recounting something that makes me feel terrible. So after the show, there was a very pretty girl who came backstage, and she was very clear that she wanted to go back to the hotel room and hang out. And, I was on kind of a high after the show, and I was like, oh, sure, that sounds like a great idea. And she was there with her sister, who was her twin sister, and they didn't look exactly alike, but they looked very close. They were both very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, and I kind of joking almost, yes, if you bring your sister with.
Mm-hmm.
And she went and talked to her sister, and they both agreed to come back to the hotel with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So they did. We went to the hotel, and the three of us had sex. So the next morning, her sister said goodbye, kissed, and left, and everything like that. And then she and I this girl and I walked to the tour bus, and she started crying. And she said, last night I really didn't want my sister to be there. I wanted to just be us. I really like you, and I've never done something like that before, and I feel really weird about it. And she was crying. And I felt terrible because I realized that at that point, because I was on stage, because she was a fan of my band or whatever, I don't think she felt comfortable saying no.
Oh, absolutely.
To that. And I didn't see it the night before.
Mm-hmm.
To me, everyone was laughing, having fun, playing around. She was laughing, her sister was laughing. Everyone was having a really good time. Everyone was really playful. They were both flashing me. It was it felt really, But in the morning, I realized that I don't think they had the proper tools to say no to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
was her sister really into your band too, or was it more she was trying to please her sister?
I think she was trying to please her sister.
Yeah, that's hard.
And so there was a lot of dynamics there that were kind of weird.
Sure.
And she felt bad about it, and I felt, of course, terrible about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a decision not to sleep with fans of the band.
After that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like that impacts that too. The unfortunate ramifications of that is that I haven't dated in a very long time anyone who actually likes what I do. Oh,
that's interesting.
But that's okay. I think that's just one of the fallouts of life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird because when I talk to people from other bands, they don't have a problem with that. A lot of them don't. Some of them do. Some of them recognize the weird authority issue that impacts consent.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's severe. And I would never want someone to think I'm looking down on them for doing something like that.
Okay.
But it is, for me, it was a big enough wake-up call for me not to want to do it again.
How many years ago was that?
Oh, that was 20 years.
Oh, wow.
It was a long time ago. It was a very long time ago.
Okay.
But yeah, it's over 20, 25 maybe. That's probably the thing that really impacts me the most is in terms of all of this that I would definitely never do again.
Okay. What about things that you haven't explored yet? Is there anything that you still want to do?
Thanks for listening to Bound to Talk. Look for us on YouTube, iTunes, or visit boundtotalk.com.